and spaced out thanks to the Auckland Star Dome Observatory and Planetarium.
The public, let me tell you, like public executions. I went to Cambridge University, Charles. I'm a serious fucking journalist living in one of the most important fucking times of human history.
The Wire.
You're on 95 BFM. The time's just gone 25 to 1. Right now I've got Selwyn Manning from livenews.co.nz. Now, this week we're going back to the slow-burning shipwreck, otherwise known as the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade. Selwyn, what's the latest?
Yeah, hi Simon. There's a witch hunt on today. No doubt that will continue on for the rest of the week. And this is basically after a cabinet paper prepared by Murray McCully for cabinet was leaked yesterday to his adversary Phil Goff. So the classified cabinet paper, it ended up in the hands of Labour's Phil Goff, who's the Foreign Affairs spokesperson, and it revealed that there was, and confirmed really, that the National-led government would accept a reduction in the number of job cuts at MFAT. That's down from the initial 304 personnel cuts to 146 people. And the cabinet paper, and I've got to just stress that the cabinet papers are most often classified, notes that by getting rid of the 146 staff, that will save the government around $12 million. So all these figures are starting to come out. What it's giving a picture of here, really, Simon, is that it's a significant backtrack by the government, which clearly has been struggling to maintain its popularity over the slash-and-burn budget-cutting kind of policies that it's been rolling out all over the place.
So those, it's half the jobs they wanted to cut.
Yeah.
What jobs are going to stay and which ones are going to go then, I guess?
Yeah, that 146 people being cut from a total of just under 2,000 people is obviously going to make a significant dent. What we do know from the paper is that the cabinet paper showed this, is it confirmed the government is about to axe the embassy in Stockholm. Now, that was set up as seen as a significant embassy for New Zealand up there in the social democratic countries. It's a big market. They're also, the Scandinavian countries are very influential in North European affairs. So, it was, and there are similarities, I suppose, to a degree too, in the way that the Scandinavian countries work as a bloc in the United Nations, and New Zealand in some ways has connected in the past to that group. So, there's important things there. It also indicates that the Netherlands, but significantly that Netherlands mission, New Zealand's up there, is attached to The Hague, and Spain missions will also be axed. Phil Goff, he also made a public a letter where MFAT's Trade Negotiations Division, it warned that the government's cost-cutting policy had, and I'll quote here, it's probably the best way, this letter that's leaked from the negotiation division said that the government's policies they undermine confidence, put real pressure on the retention of staff in the area, and held up urgent priorities, such as the negotiation of the Trans-Pacific Trade Partnership, end of quote. Now, clearly what that does is that kind of stops New Zealand from negotiating the best deal possible at what is probably one of the most important, certainly most important in the last 10 years, multiple trade bloc kind of agreements that's on the table at the moment with this Trans-Pacific Partnership thing. In the United States, many of the Southeast Asian nations, New Zealand, and some of the Latin American countries all around the table trying to actually get the best deal. The United States is a hard bargainer, like we know, and what New Zealand has been trying to do, Simon, is prevent the United States from manoeuvring to dump products into the New Zealand market.
Yeah, with many skilled staff getting the boot, you wonder what their capabilities are going to be to prevent that.
Well, that's the big point. I think the public interest is wrapped all around that. So
yeah.
Quite
now,
right.
This isn't the end of the match, though. It seems like half time. Given this paper's been leaked now, is it feasible that we're going to see more leaks and, in fact, complete government backdown, perhaps?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, these leaks are going to continue on while the government is actually rolling out policies that are unpopular to those that are going to be affected by it. There is a huge body of thought that suggests that the New Zealand Foreign Affairs wing is one of the last that you start tampering with. Mainly, I think we raised issues like this when we talked about it last time, and those issues remain the same, Simon. The most important are that, the Trade and Foreign Affairs wing, they deal with opening up markets to New Zealand export sector, and putting New Zealand export businesses into the right markets and identifying the right people that they should be connecting with. If you don't get that expertise there, well, who's going to provide it for these businesses? And New Zealand, being an export-led country, is obviously vulnerable should things go awry in that area. There's a view, too, that in the foreign affairs, diplomatic kind of areas, that under McCully, the government has taken its eye off how important it is for New Zealand to continue to maintain its independent identity out there in the wider world. If we do not kind of have any kind of relevance to our arguments in the wider world, then that often is seen to impact on New Zealand's leverage, if you like, in getting things its way that is going to suit it when it's trying to actually get some return in those export markets we mentioned earlier. So I hope that kind of made sense. I was giving it a little bit of a preamble there.
I think there has been a tendency with this government to try and outsource skills to private organisations. So maybe, I know it's a bit of a leap, but they did it with prisons. Maybe they'll do it with our foreign affairs and trade.
Well, they are. What is happening here is we're seeing that in this cabinet paper, it alludes to the fact that there is an intention to spend another $3.3 million on consultancies, but that's relating to the reform packages. We can see that there are movements also to solicit advisory consultancy services offshore instead of relying on the independent thinking of the foreign affairs staff. Now, the trends have shown, that when you save in staff numbers in these areas, that when you start paying consultancies for it, that the actual price per hour that the consultants charge is a hell of a lot more than what the actual staff wage or salary was. So you really got to, and there are other accountancy kind of things that come into it, obviously, like the consultants aren't there forever and, et cetera, whereas the staff may be. But when it comes back to the figures, and I won't swamp too many figures over the year, but, if people want to look at this, should go to the source documents, and scoop.co.nz has those. But the MFAT chief, John Allen, apparently is still intending on carving that $40 million off the budget. The government wants at least, and McCully has confirmed this, at least $24 million saved to make it happy. So this $12 million for these staff number cuts, well, they only go halfway to what McCully wants. And so the question is still out there of, well, what exactly are you going to cut beyond these staff numbers apart from the embassy kind of areas? So there's still a lot of questions. But what is happening here is clearly McCully has totally hacked off, Simon, obviously, as a minister, that important cabinet papers where the government is going to announce in a week or two the detail of have been leaked to the Labour opposition. And what is happening here is McCully is putting the stick down. He's saying to his chief executive, John Allen, the head of chief executive of the MFAT, you find out where these leaks are coming from. We want that leak stopped.
And it'll be interesting to see if those leaks do actually dry up or turn into a deluge. Selwyn, thank you very much. That's all the time we've got for you this week, and we'll talk to you again sometime soon.
Just before we do go, if people are interested in that John Banks thing and they've got time and they're online, if they go onto livenews.co.nz, we're running a poll there seeing whether or not the Prime Minister's reputation's been damaged by that affair. Slightly different issue, but people want to get on there and have a vote.
Great. Thanks, Selwyn. Catch you later.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
It's 1:15. That was Selwyn Manning from livenews.co.nz. Of course, if you missed that or any of the other show features, just go to BFM's website after 1:30 and you'll be able to listen to them podcasted. We'll be back in a moment.
Live, direct from the UK, the New Zealand International Comedy Festival presents Andrew O'Neill in Alternative.
That's how racism starts!
A star, or should we say pentagram, on the rise, challenging chortling audiences around the globe with his alternative stand-up.
I'm not being racist, right, but is this the right tram for St Kilda?
Don't miss the premier cross-dressing vegan steampunk occultist comedian of the festival, Andrew O'Neill in Alternative.
Hang on, that bloke just said he wasn't going to be racist, right, and then wasn't racist.
May 7th to 12th at the Basement Theatre. Book now at ticketek.co.nz.
My very own small medical business, up and running. Oh, a phone call. Grant's Transplants, how can I help?
Grant, mate, your old boss here.
Hello, sir.
Shut up, mate. Listen, I'm in dire need of some new testes, plus I need new lungs for my kids badly, and the cat needs a new central nervous system.
We don't
Grant,
do that.
with daylight saving ending, I needed those an hour and 5 minutes ago, mate.
Is the summer wind down winding you up at work? Let occupational therapy smooth you out with fine friends, sweet DJs, and maybe a cheeky drink or two. Every Thursday at Ponsonby Social Club. This Thursday,
Bobby Brazuka and Oni Kaulima.
visit ponsonbysocialclub.com for details. Oh, this is lame. What a f***ing shit band. They're bullshit. That bitch's bass isn't even in tune. Why don't they play in time? Did no one teach them? In a band, you all play together.
They're doing their best, Shiv.
Oh my god, these guys are never gonna make it. I need beer to make this sound good. Give me a beer!
Okay, Charlotte, I'm getting you one now. Oh, actually, Charlotte, no, they need you on stage.
Oh yay, they were awesome. Alright, time to bring up our next band on stage. These guys are from Hamilton.
That's right, baby. The 95 BFM Fancy New Band Showcase is back. Bursting at the seams with Louis the Zoo, Tom Lark, Autumn Splendor, 2 cartoons, The Boxcar Rattle, Spring Break, and The Raw Nerves. Friday, May 25th at the King's Arms. Doors 7 p.m, bands start a-rockin' at 7:30. Entry is flippin' free, plus flash your beak out at the door, and you're in to win a sack of prizes on the night. The 95 BFM Fancy New Band Showcase. It's gonna be good. Thanks to theaudience.co.nz.
Oh, what's that? You'll find out.
Good day, Frank.
Yeah, awesome day.
Oh, mean. Yeah, what is it? What's this? 3 foot, is it?
Yeah,
Clean?
at least. Yeah, it's high tide now as well, so yeah.
Yeah. Is it onshore? Yeah, onshore's a good one, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. Oh,
Here comes a good one.
you get it.
Nah, it's okay, you go for it.
No, I insist.
Okay. Oh, damn, I missed it.
No, that was close, though. You did really well.
Thank you. Actually, I might head in. My board doesn't feel properly waxed.
Yeah, I think I'll join you. It's getting a bit messy out here now, anyway.
Yeah. Should we just go get a flat white?
Make mine a soy latte, and you've got yourself a deal.
The 95 BFM Surf Report. Weekdays just after the 8 o'clock news on BFM Breakfast. Thanks to Sitka, living the art of surfing.